are you? Welcome to this episode of our Town Hall series sponsored by Certified PA Consulting. I'm Kasey D'Amato, president of Certified PA Consulting. We have been a consulting firm since 2009. We are the leading experts when it comes to PA salary negotiations, professional issues, career changes, navigating complex decisions between two job opportunities, maybe making a career change to another specialty or moving. We help PAs start businesses. We help NPs and physicians as well. We are also life and career and business coaches, and we help lots and lots and lots of PAs, NPs, and physicians over the last, 14 years now. So we put out free videos pretty regularly to help people with common issues that our clients face so that hopefully can help you. So check out our video library. We have topics that cover almost every type of complicated professional issue in the workplace. We try to keep them under 10 minutes, so they're really short. So definitely check out our video library on YouTube or on our website, certifiedpaconsulting.com. So today I'm talking about pros and cons of comparing your salary to your colleagues, why it can backfire. So I put together 3 pros and 3 cons when it comes to this topic because it's what a lot of us do. I did this when I started my career. You compare and you talk about your salary and your compensation model with your colleagues. It's natural. We all do it. We look at a salary report and then we talk to our colleagues. And then we think that it might be powerful to negotiate using that information by basically saying to our employer, well, I spoke to so-and-so and their salary is X or Y or Z, so I would like to ask for that same salary. And that's not necessarily the best negotiation strategy. We have lots of videos about negotiation strategies. That's not what we're talking about today. We're just talking specifically about why comparing your salary to others and using that in your negotiation process can backfire. So the pros of doing this, of talking to your colleagues about salaries, it gives you confidence in your negotiation strategy because a lot of people are intimidated to talk about money and to negotiate. And if you talk to your colleagues and you're like, okay, I know there's opportunity. I know if other people can get paid this amount, I could too. So I'm going to have confidence in my negotiation. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to ask during your negotiation. You're going to present a win for them and a win for you. We talk about this in other videos. So you're not going to ask because most people, if you just ask, will get a small amount. But if you present a win for them and a win for that benefits you too, you're going to get big changes in your salary, sometimes well into the 5 figures or more. So you don't want to ask, you want to make a presentation, but that's a whole nother topic. So if you talk to other people, it will give you confidence. So that is important. The second thing is if you negotiate as a group, it could give you certainty if your facility institutes a set program, salary program for everybody. It can give you certainty. You know what it is. You know that either the salaries will change with a certain amount of productivity or after a certain amount of time. It is what it is. You will have certainty. You will know when you take this job, this is the structure, take it or leave it. This is when changes happen. If you don't like it, you can go someplace else. So it gives you some certainty. That is another pro. And the third pro is in very large, like hospital systems, there can be some power negotiating as a group. Sometimes it's hard as an individual. Not always. There are definitely exceptions to that. And most of the time we encourage people to negotiate individually because we all have individual needs. So, negotiating as a group, while sometimes it can feel like you have more power as a group to negotiate, the reality is not everybody has the same needs and wants. So it actually can backfire for some people. So ultimately the pros would be building your confidence, getting some certainty. If you did lock in a structure for a group of PAs, you know what it is. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. That's the structure. And number 3, in large like hospital systems and things, there can be some opportunity for more movement, more negotiating power, if you will, as a group. But remember, not everybody has the same needs. So it eliminates that individual negotiating specific scheduling changes or specific PAs that balance leadership or non-clinical with clinical. It takes away some of that power. Okay, the cons, if you compare your salary to others and use that in your negotiations, the cons would be it puts everybody on the same playing field despite people having different needs. Sort of what I was talking about before. We're all individuals. We might have a PA after our name or an NP or an MD, but we all have individual needs. Some people are very financially driven and they're really focused on the highest potential income. Other people really value that work-life balance, and they have kids, maybe they want to have very specific times that they work so that they can get their kids after school, or they want some flexibility or maybe part-time. Other people have a lot of leadership drive. They really want to be involved in management and advocacy and committees and things like that. And so could they be rewarded for that? We all have different needs as individuals, even though we have the same degree after our name. And if you negotiate and compare yourself to others and use that in your negotiation to structure something for everyone, sometimes the small nuances that you can negotiate as an individual will go away. It will become a take it or leave it in some instances. So that could be a con. The second con can be you can be putting your employer on the defensive. So if you think about it as yourself, no one really likes it when they feel kind of ganged up on. When a big group of people come at them and they say, we all are wanting this certain thing or demanding this certain thing, you feel defensive. You feel like that trapped animal in the corner, and right away you sort of want to fight back. So you don't really want to put your employer on the defensive when you are negotiating. It can backfire because that human instinct is to resist and fight back and not be thinking rationally about what could be a compromise in some of these instances. So negotiating, comparing yourself to others or negotiating as a group can put your employer on the defensive, and that can shut them down depending on their personality, where they just say, nope, we're not changing anything. They don't appreciate, everyone coming to them and rabble rousing, and it can actually backfire compared to individually negotiating, where you're having a one-on-one dialogue and saying, look, this is kind of what I want for my career goals. I know this is what the facility wants. Long term, I think I can help the facility in this way. Do you think you could help me in that way? Could we find something that can work for both of us? And that oftentimes is the most powerful way to negotiate. Number 3 con with comparing yourself to colleagues and negotiating as a group is that if you were to establish a set salary structure that would change over a period of time or with experience or whatever, it can be difficult to change that structure. Once it is set in stone, if you come with a big group and you're negotiating with a big administration, once that structure is set, it can be very challenging to change it. Very challenging, much more challenging than negotiating individually for something small. So those would be the cons. So when thinking about comparing your salaries and colleagues to others and negotiating as a group, there's definitely pros and cons. Our philosophy over the years has primarily been, if you work in a smaller private practice or a small group or maybe a multi-specialty group, you probably are better off negotiating on your own for what's best for you and what's best for the facility, finding common ground that can benefit everybody and negotiating that way. If you work for a very large hospital system where there are 100 or more PAs and MPs, then it may make sense to negotiate as a group, because it's very hard for the administration to negotiate with everybody one-on-one and make all these small little adjustments and accommodations. So our general philosophy has been, in most instances, it's more powerful to negotiate on your own. Comparing yourself to others may help you feel more confident, but it may or may not apply to your situation because your colleague might have different goals than you do. They might have a different style of the way they work. They might be happy to stay late and do chart notes. Not that most people would, but they might have some other priorities, and then you may value time more, they may value money more, or vice versa, things like that. So just be careful when you're comparing to other colleagues. Different people have different work styles. Some people are comfortable with more patient productivity. Some people are comfortable with less patient productivity, patients per day. Everybody's a little bit different. So keep that in mind when you're negotiating. Make sure you are putting your best foot forward to help the employer and the facility first, and then present something that will help them and help you. If you're uncomfortable, we have lots of videos about how to improve your negotiation style. We even have a free webinar. It's like 30 minutes that teaches you the top pitfalls of negotiation, things like that. And then we have an entire on-demand course. It's 6 hours, qualifies for Category 2 CME, called Master the Boss Mindset, which teaches you how to be an expert negotiator. So if you really want to learn how to negotiate like a pro, definitely register for Master the Boss Mindset. We have it available a few times a year. Make sure you're on our email list, and then follow us on social media at Certified PA Consulting, and you will be aware next time we open the doors for Master the Boss Mindset. Don't miss it. It will teach you how to be an expert negotiator. Comparing to others, it's never the best way, no matter what in life you're doing, to compare yourself to others, keeping up with the Joneses. It's never the best strategy. So our clients that have the most success really understand negotiation strategies from a business standpoint. And we teach that in our course, and we teach that with our one-on-one clients. And that is how our clients that see 5-figure and more increases in their salaries, that is how they negotiate, how we teach how to negotiate. So hope to see you in one of our programs or work with you soon. I hope our videos are helpful for you. Good luck to you. See you soon.